Hi, I'm Teresa and I want to show you some details of this sweater, Lonely Souls, from Great Northern. So first of all, a couple of tips. So when you're knitting this, it's actually from the bottom up, and the bottom is knit in two separate pieces and joined, mostly in the round up to the arms, and then the yoke is actually split so you knit it flat. When you join the sleeves to the body, it can be a bit tight. After you work a few rows, it'll loosen up and you'll have all of the space to do the decreasing across the yoke that you'll need. So that's just a little bit of a tip. Now I want to show you some of the parts of this sweater to get you an idea as to how it's constructed and some of the fun things that you get to do while you're knitting this sweater. So first I want to show you where it overlaps on the side here. Now when I said at first that when you cast on you'll be knitting it flat, this is exactly what I mean. So you increase out to create this lovely curve for the front, and you do the same thing separately for the back. And then at this point, they actually connect there, if you can see underneath. Now doing that, you're just going to have to overlap the stitches and knit through the two layers together, and that's how you join to work in the round moving up. So again, that's the two different layers that overlap, the back over top of the front on each side. And I'll show you the other hip as well. Again, the back overlaps onto the top. So since we're looking at this part of the sweater, I also wanted to show you some of the shaping that happens because it's kind of neat and it's kind of unusual. So on the back of the sweater, you'll see shaping that runs up in a few different rows from the hips to the waist. So it creates really nice lines that sort of highlight that shaping that happens from the hips to the waist. I'd also like to show the same sort of overlap happens on each sleeve cuff. Again, the back, only it's much smaller of course, overlaps onto the front, and again that's done by being knit flat and increased out. And then at this point they're overlapped and then the two layers are knit together, joined for working in the round all the way up the sleeve. So one last thing I want to show you, and it's really cool, I think it's my favorite part of the sweater, is the keyhole opening on the back of the neck. So that same sort of overlap is happening where the keyhole opens at the bottom and then connects at the top. The same sort of texture happens there and the same sort of technique happens there too. But one of the reasons, not only does it look kind of cool, but of course that enables you to do the color work that happens along the front of the sweater. So that's a bit of an overview of Lonely Souls from Great Northern.